and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'm a
Peace and welcome to another episode of Elevate the Mic. I'm your host, Max Mupese. This episode is brought to you by Urban Eats MTL, a platform where you get to see some of the best Montreal restaurants showcased, and it's entertaining, fun, and a bit of education also. So make sure you tap in and look at their page, Urban Eats MTL, on all social platforms. Now, today's episode, we have the one and only Mbaya Bomb. But before I let him speak, I want you guys to understand this man is an influential person in the city of Montreal who's a motivational speaker, a thought leader, a husband, and even an artist. So without further ado, let us all welcome Mbaya Bomb. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, and you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Feeling
Thank
wealthy.
you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the good news of the day?
Today is great. I'm grateful. I'm breathing,
That's it.
and my family is doing well. I'm healthy, so that's it.
That's it, huh? Let's just focus on what we could control, right?
Exactly.
That's it.
Always.
So let's take it back to your childhood. For people who don't know you, you were an artist to begin with. Even before that, you also starting out as an athlete, and you had childhood hoop dreams to make it to the NBA. Who inspired you into taking that route, or even how did that thing start? How did that idea that came about?
If it's basketball, I will start with my big brother. He was playing basketball in school. I was looking up to him like a superhero, so I wanted to do the same. And then I started looking up to the greats. I saw Michael Jordan. To me, he's the greatest of all time.
Yes.
So I'm sorry.
No debates. No debates.
It's to me.
C'est clair.
So yeah, and then I look up to what he was doing, like waking up at 5 in the morning, and I was trying to do the same thing, and eventually to get into the NBA.
Got it. So you'd say your big brother was the first inspiration,
Yeah.
and then okay, got it. Interesting. And you also faced some challenging moments in your high school days, or even early days in school specifically, that eventually led to you dropping out, if I'm not mistaken, after you pretty much the hoop dreams didn't come into fruition. So what did you experience, or what did that experience teach you about yourself that still guides you today?
Basketball was my life, like ball is life. Everybody says that, but it was real for me. So when I was at the point when I was like, this is not happening, what can I do? I was looking everywhere, trying everything, working at McDonald's, all the jobs. I did everything.
Yeah.
I was trying to get something, and I was looking up to like works or something I can do. I was looking for 3 years at my parents' home, African parents.
Yeah,
You know what it is?
It
It was hard, but after these 3 years, I had a conversation with them. They told me you have to go back to school, with that voice. So I went back to school as a sound engineer,
Yes.
and I didn't know that that was something, but I found that out. I did that, started working in the studio, Makeway Studio. Shout out to Makeway Studio. And then I started my studio, and now it's crazy.
Got it. Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's interesting you said sound engineer. You always had a love for music while you were playing sports, right?
Yes,
Got it.
I was a drummer at my dad's church. Yeah, I'm a preacher's kid.
Yeah, that's it.
And when you're a preacher's kid, you have to play something. So I was playing drum every Sunday. But I didn't know that music can be like a career. But now I'm living it. So
it makes me think of some of the best artists, ceux qu'on voit toujours qui deviennent des plus grands artistes dans le monde, are those that started out in church for the most part.
It's
Because
true.
it's
It's
the
true.
foundation. T'as besoin de cette fondation. So
Mhm.
as long as you have that foundation, sky's the limit, or even the view. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what transferable skills did you develop as a music producer? Since we're talking about, or even sound engineer, sound designer, specifically working behind the scenes, that you serve now as a keynote speaker, because you also speak, right?
Yes. I'm a speaker, but I'm not a speaker.
Got it.
Maybe we will talk about that. But
Got it.
what I use is in music production. I'm a I'm working hard. I'm that type of person because when I was playing basketball, I saw Michael Jordan. I was trying to do the same thing. When I came to music production, I was looking up to like the greatest Dr. Dre and all these guys, Kirk Franklin, and I was trying to work hard and do the same. So when I came to speaking, I looked at the greatest, Eric Thomas and all these, study them and trying to do like learn, study, and teach myself like what am I not able to do so I can do it maybe better. So working hard by looking up to the greatest is something that I learned in music production and I transferred that.
That's important, man.
And maybe something else. It's like management. When you're a music producer, you're like self-employed, if I can say that.
Okay,
You have to deal with everything, business side, finding clients, all these things. So now that I'm in the public speaking, I'm just doing the same, and it's working.
That's important, man. Studying the grades and implementing the information or strategy the same way.
Yeah.
That's powerful, man. Kudos to you guys, man. Seriously. Now, because I also paid attention to certain things regarding what you're doing and what you're building with your team, right? Before I talk about the whole projects and everything you guys got going on, I just want to mention. I want to double down on what you said one time. Specifically, you could answer in French or en anglais, peu importe. Je l'ai dit en français, mais I want to say it in English. So you once said, helping the youth finding their passion has become your biggest passion. Can you elaborate on that? Est-ce que tu peux nous dire un peu plus en détail?
Aider les jeunes à trouver leur passion est devenu ma plus grande passion.
Exactement.
Et honnêtement, c'est le fait de l'avoir vécu. Et ensuite, m'être tourné vers d'autres jeunes, j'ai réalisé qu'ils vivent la même chose que moi. On est là à l'école, secondaire, primaire. On ne sait pas qu'est-ce qu'on veut. On pense qu'on n'a pas de talent. On pense qu'on a un seul talent. Basket ou rien, sport ou rien. Et ça devient difficile de se dire, ah ben là je suis rendu au cégep, là je suis rendu plus vieux, qu'est-ce que je fais? Donc moi je vais vers les plus jeunes pour les aider à trouver de la motivation au travers de passion. Et j'ai découvert que ça m'a aidé personnellement. Donc je veux le faire aussi pour les autres. So now I want to help people like me find their passion. That can be 1, 5 things. It doesn't matter. I know you can find something and it will develop to maybe the thing you will do in the future.
That's it. Aider le prochain. Help the next person in line.
Yeah.
That's powerful. And speaking of, like I said, your team earlier, I'm blown away by the way you guys are moving right now. They're taking pictures with the mayors and having events going on. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't see, obviously.
Oh, yes.
So it's powerful to see couples building businesses together. How do you and your partner and your wife specifically complement each other as co-founders?
It's you said it right. The team is my wife, me, and my 2 kids.
Wow.
1 year old and 2 years old.
Jeez.
It's our family. That's what I want to say.
Wow.
Our team is our family. It's hard to do business and family at the same time. People don't know that. It's really hard. I'm still young. I'm learning. But I'm grateful because we have learned so much. Basically, my wife is like, she used to be in, can I say it in
Yeah, en
French?
français, tu peux le dire en français.
No, real estate. Yes,
Okay.
I got it.
Got
She
it.
used to be in real estate, and I'm a music producer.
Mm,
So when we said like we have to build something,
got it.
I built a studio. She found places. So we had a first room that was this big, and then we took the whole building, and then we took another building, and it's just growing.
Wow.
So we took our two skills
Yeah.
that we learned, we put it together, as well as doing family together, and just balancing everything. And it's hard, but it's working.
That's it.
Yeah.
You said it's hard, but it's working. That's powerful. And it makes me understand, it makes me think of how there needs to be understanding. Il faut que chacun se
yes.
comprenne, OK? Ça, c'est ta force. On combine nos forces, mais on réalise à créer ce projet because it's important for us right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, the mission is more important than anything, what I understand, right? That's
Oh
powerful,
yes.
man.
Oh yes.
Grace of God, the grace of God.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, le projet que vous avez en ce moment, Motivation, Passion et les studios MP. Est-ce que tu peux nous partager un peu plus en détail qu'est-ce que tu voulais dire par Motivation, Passion et les studios MP? Pourquoi les noms des deux entités?
Let me start with Motivation Passion. It's Centre Motivation Passion.
D'accord, merci.
C'est un organisme qu'on a créé en 2020 basé sur ma première conférence que j'étais pas conférencier.
That's what you said, speaker but not speaker. Got
Exactly.
it. Ça a du sens.
A school called me to speak about what I was doing. I was on TV and everything, so they said, like, speak about your story. And I said, I'm not a speaker. I do music. So I had to speak about my story for the first time publicly. I was shaking, but I did it. And then we saw the result. One kid he just dropped out from school, 15 years old, dropped out. And he came to this activity because it was music. He just came because of music, the team.
Wow.
And then he went back to school because of my story. And I said, like, this is crazy. I have to do something. We started Centre Motivation Passion. After that, in 2022, 2023, we started Les Studios MP. MP for Motivation Passion. Because that's the big vision. On se sépare pas de ça. So, ouais, c'est un peu ça les noms et pourquoi on a fait ça. Studio MP is locations. Centre Motivation Passion, c'est aller vers les jeunes motivés.
D'accord. Et vous avez créé jusqu'à présent vous avez deux buildings en ce moment, deux différents édifices.
Yeah.
OK. Qui ont plus de 3 studios dans chaque.
The first building has 3 studios, big studios, and a small podcast studio and a small recording studio where I do all my videos that everyone sees.
Yes.
Yeah. And the new building has 2 big spaces, we can call them studios, and 3 studios, co-working, photo podcasts, and a little room for like little birthdays for kids.
Got it.
The new building is more for children, kids, and parents.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great idea because if there was an audience, I would say just like, round of applause for what you're doing. That's amazing. But it makes me think of like the parents that are entrepreneurs and don't have time to be with their kids. Sometimes they could place them there. That's
why we did the second one.
That's a smart idea. I like
Yes.
that. Amazing. And I want to double down on also Motivation Passion, which you said. Can you tell us specifically another story where you said there is a teen who decided to go back to school because of what they learned from your story? But could you tell us another testimonial that really shaped your mind throughout your stories or throughout your journey specifically?
I ain't gonna lie, I have a lot.
Yeah.
People go through hard things. I didn't know that. I knew my story was like everyone's stories. Like we go through things. We go to primary school. We fail. We get back to school maybe, or we fell at something and we do something else. Like my story is like basic everyone's stories.
Yeah.
That's why it's relatable.
Yes.
But when I hear what people are coming to me after, they're telling me like things.
Okay.
I don't even want to tell some of the stories here, but most of the stories that touch me, it's when people say like, when you say you're not a speaker but you're a speaker, and I go deeper into that in my conference also, it makes them believe more in themselves. I'll explain why. I'm a calm person. Speakers are loud.
Yes.
They go on stage, they move, they're loud.
Fire,
Yes.
the pyros,
Yes.
the music, DJ.
Exactly. I'm an introvert. So when I come with that too. I'm really calm. I speak. I say what I have to say. And they're like, that's crazy. So you can be speaker and just be yourself. So you can do something and be yourself. And I always say, being calm was like a default, but now it became like a strength.
Wow. Yeah.
So when people are coming to me with that, I'm just telling to myself, I have to keep doing this because I don't know who's listening, but I have to keep doing this. Yeah.
You're being your authentic self and it resonates.
Exactly.
Ça va chercher quelqu'un qui comprend aussi, qui a la même mentalité.
Exactly.
That's important. That's dope, man. So let's move on to this because you said you're also calm, introvert, but I want to move on to this this question I like to ask a lot of my audience, a lot of the guests that we have here, is what's the craziest prank you pulled as a kid?
How Mama is
Quand
not
t'as peut-être
listening.
chicoté.
Mama, please don't listen.
Man.
I don't have a lot of those. I was really calm, but I wasn't really a good student. So it was always in school.
All right.
Everything I did wrong was in school. Home,
Straight.
yes. School, I was doing all kind of crazy stuff. A story prank, I'm not sure. As a kid, can I say as a grown?
Yeah.
As a grown up, maybe. As a kid, I know j'ai mis du poivre de Cayenne dans les conduits d'aération de mon école primaire. Et ils ont fermé l'école et ils nous ont vus sur les caméras. J'ai dit que c'était pas moi, mais ils m'ont vu. N'importe quoi. En tout cas,
Shoot.
as a grown up, my wife, 2020, my wife and I were engaged.
Yes.
That's the word?
Yes, exactly.
Engaged. And 1st of April, I said to myself, I have to marry that person. And my birthday is in 2 days. So let me like pull something. So the 3rd of April, I pulled everything. And she thought it was for my birthday, like we were doing a party for my birthday.
Right.
And everyone came and it was flipping. It was the engagement.
That's
I put my knees on the ground and did it. And it was a good prank. The other one was bad.
Two different people, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, you grew a lot from obviously what you went through as a child, and it's amazing, man. That's powerful. So I like the pepper spray one. Pour c'est quelque chose d'intéressant. Je me suis dit, comment est-ce que j'ai pas pensé à faire ça quand j'étais jeune? Because I used to like to do pranks too. So now, I want to ask you this question because you also grew up under hip hop, and the culture has also impacted a lot of things you've done. So what makes you most proud when you look at today's youth who are in tune with hip hop? And do you have any stories that you could share based on how impactful creativity and music was for them?
First of all, my background was like hip hop when I grew up,
Yeah.
Tupac and everything. And then I found like gospel, like Kirk Franklin, these producers, these crazy producers, like moving, playing instrument with their feet. When I saw those two like worlds, I just put them together. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think that's what made my career successful so fast. Because I made like two worlds that are supposed or maybe not supposed to be together.
Right.
And hip hop, gospel, I did that. I thought I was the only one. And when I found like people in school, because I do a workshop in school,
Yes.
I formed youth like to do music and secondary school, high school, sorry.
Yes.
And I talked to them like, what do you want to do? And they're the same. They want like to do like jazz and this and this.
It's amazing.
And I said that's powerful. I see that in you. I saw that in me. I see that in them. And I feel like that's really powerful, like mixing cultures, mixing style and doing like different type of music.
Got it.
I think that's
that's
great.
Absolutely. You made me think of some artists I like to listen to also when you said two worlds that don't necessarily coexist to a lot, which is gospel and hip hop. But I get to see an artist like Karen the Light. I don't know if you know Karen the Light, but Karen the Light, for instance, another artist I like to listen to. But they put it in a way where it speaks the truth to what what they currently experience. Their alignment with God and things that are aligned with their values. So as long as you stay true to what you're standing for, then it's gonna speak to the people who want it.
Yes, you said it. When you stay true to yourself,
That's it.
success will come.
That's it.
I wanted to hide the gospel
Yeah.
when I was doing hip hop, and then I said, why am I doing that?
Right.
As soon as I put them together, like I looked at my phone, millions of streams. I'm like, what is going on? I just being true to myself. I'm doing both together, and people love it because there's people like this too.
Facts. That's it.
Yeah.
Well said. So I want to move on to this segment called "If I Had the Chance to." That means if you had the chance to be in front of your 16-year-old self, tu peux le dire en français ou en anglais comme tu veux, and you'd conversate with that person, your 16-year-old self, and make sure you tell them certain things to stay on the right path. What would you tell that person?
I will read him like a book.
Bible.
I will,
Take a verse from the Bible. Hey, make sure you don't skip this one. Lisa verset.
There's so much. There's so much. Une chose que je dirais, parce que 16 ans, j'aime que tu aies choisi cet âge. 16 ans, c'était l'âge où est-ce que je me disais basket ou rien. Là, je m'en vais dans une autre phase. Basket ou rien, je vais y arriver. Là, aujourd'hui, quand je regarde, si je regarde ces jeunes de 16 ans, moi-même, moi, je lui dirais, il n'y a pas juste une chose pour toi. Il y a tellement de potentiel à l'intérieur de toi. Premièrement, ta condition présente et pas ta conclusion. Les choses que tu vis présentement, parce que je vivais des choses difficiles et je me cachais dans le basket aussi. Ça, c'est un secret qui arrive à beaucoup. On se cache dans les sports parce qu'on vit des choses difficiles. Donc, c'est pas ta conclusion. Deuxièmement, reste ouvert aux choses que tu aimes peut-être pas parce qu'elles vont peut-être être utiles plus tard. J'aimais pas trop les cours de musique à l'école. Je me disais, à quoi ça va me servir? Moi, je joue au basket. Maintenant, je vais dans des écoles donner des cours de musique. Et là, j'ai un studio. Et c'est à partir du studio qu'on a créé qu'on a pu avoir les bâtiments et ainsi de suite. Donc, il n'y a tellement pas de limite à ce que ce jeune Justin peut faire. Donc, qui ne se limite pas à une seule chose. Moi, c'est ça que je dirais. Rester ouvert.
Hey, c'est puissant. Powerful, definitely.
Yeah.
And what do you feel God has in store for you for the future?
My God. I think God did a lot, and I'm super grateful. I don't take anything for granted. He did a lot that I wasn't I don't deserve. For real. I know who I am and I don't deserve anything. I'm just grateful. I think what he has for me is to be true to myself and reach more people with the truth I have. When I say the truth I have, is when you're growing, you're learning more. So while I'm growing, I'm learning more and more truth. I'm learning so much at my age that I'm like, I have to reach more people. I have to get to everyone between the age of 16, like this age, because they have to learn this thing I'm learning now at the age of 16. So I think, I don't know what he's going to do, but I'm just like, I just want to spread the information I got to to everyone that can hear. That's it.
Shoot, that's good, man. When it's all said and done, how do you want to be remembered?
When it's all said and done.
Yes.
That's a good way to say it. As an, yeah, I'm going to say this. As an inspiring person, not an impressive person. Because people come to me and say, oh, that is impressive. That is, c'est impressionnant.
Ouais.
Wow. Deux bâtiments. C'est impressionnant. I don't want to impress people. I want to inspire. So when I speak, I always come with a inspiration. That's why I'm low-key. People don't really know what I'm doing.
Seriously?
Yes. People don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to look to people and see like what can be developed in them, what's the potential, and I'm going straight to that to inspire. So that's how I want to be remembered, not by what I'm doing, but by who I am. Yeah.
That's great, man. I want to end off with this question, and I want to end off with this sentence, and I want you to complete it. If it wasn't for hip hop and God,
I would be dead, brother. For real, that's the answer. I would be dead. First of all, God is everything. God is the foundation. When I was growing up in church, I knew it was true, but I wasn't living it. And then it catch me up.
got it.
And when I found out that, oh, I can live it for myself, I don't have to ask my dad to pray for me all the time. I have to pray for myself. Yes, he's a pastor, but I have to live this life. Me too. When I started living this life, that's when I pulled back the gospel and I put it with hip hop. And then my wife said, "You're doing so much music, just post." I know you stopped because you were doing like music like with some subject that are yeah, but now you're doing, I think it's good, put it out. I said, "You sure?" I put out one song. Now it's like 1.3 million, and I did another one, almost 1 million. It's going crazy. Yeah.
Hey, that's what you need, man. Sometimes you need a great supporting cast, people who believe in you, people want to see you do great, and you know it flourishes. Last but not least, how let people know how they could follow you, how they could get in touch with you, social media and everything.
So
Page réseaux sociaux.
yeah, you can find me at Mbaya Bomb, MBAYA /BOMB, everywhere. Spotify, every streaming platform, Instagram, everywhere. You can contact me. I'll try to answer fast. And come to the studio, work, do anything. I'm there for people. I'm there especially for young people that want to learn the music thing, and also that want to be better in their life, personal life. So that's it.
That's it. Hey, thank you for your work. Thank you for what you're doing, man. hope that God keeps blessing your family, blessing everything you do, because
Amen.
everything you're doing right now is just impactful and inspiring. Like,
Thank you very much. Thank you
keep
for
doing your
having me.
thing.
Keep doing what you're doing too,
Appreciate you, man.
my brother.
Love. There you have it. Another episode of Elevate the Mic, where we elevate mindset and skill sets of individuals who are part of the hip hop community. Peace.
Hold